Hello students, welcome to today's session of TISSNET 23 workshop. I hope my voice is clear to all of you. Yes. Is my voice clear? Yes, let me know. Kindly comment. Yes, so this session is going to be very important as far as the arithmetic session is concerned. Great. So I hope I am audible to all of you. And since this session is very important as far as arithmetic regarding different topics is concerned, so you can just provide this link to your friends if they have not yet joined and ask them to join the session, because this is going to be very important. Yes, Avinash, it has started. Yes, can you able to hear me, Avinash? Great, very good. Now the session as it deals with today, it deals with various topics under arithmetic which are going to be very important for you. The logarithm, then quadratic equation, progression, permutation and combination, probability, along with some few other topics and new questions. In this we are going to cover the concept at the fundamental level. We'll just brush it up, all the concepts, although you are familiar with it, still we'll take a quick revision of that. Then we'll refer to the past questions which are asked in the previous year's exams related to TISSNET. Then we'll learn certain short tricks of approaching that particular example of that particular type. Then along with that we'll refer certain new questions which are probably expected, not exactly similar in terms of the figure, but somewhat similar on the basis of the pattern which can be repeated. In generally TISSNET exam exactly question won't be repeated, but yes, there can be the repetition of patterns. So if you understand the pattern of questions, then you will be able to sail clearly through the TISSNET exam with very good marks. So on the basis of that we have framed certain new questions so that it would prove useful for you. Yeah, now you can kickstart your preparation with mock test. We also have ebooks. If you need help of that, you can take. Sectional course are also available with us, and you can also take the help of the turbo course. So we have also launched batches for 2024 and 25, so that you can, the students, those who want to take benefit of this batch, forthcoming batches, those who are the desired candidates, they can take advantage of that. Now we'll quickly move on to the first subsection of today's session, that is logarithm. In logarithm it is very important to understand the basic fundamental. Now as you can see here, the relation is given b raised to power x is equal to a, that is equivalent to log of a to the base b is equal to x. What does that mean? Let's try to understand this. We'll first understand logarithm. Before understanding that, we need to understand what is base and indices. Suppose we have base b raised to power x. This can be expressed as a, as given here. For example, say 2 raised to 3 is 8. 2 raised to 3 is 8. So if I want to express this base and indices form and the answer therein in the logarithmic form, so how can I go for expressing that? I can express it like log of 8 to the base 2 will be equal to 3. Log of 8 to the base 2 will be equal to 3. Both have the similar meaning, but one is expressed in the base and indices form and other is expressed in logarithmic form. So in the similar manner, if b is my base and x is the power, so then it can be expressed in the logarithmic form as x log of a to the base b, that will be equal to x. That will be equal to x. So you just need to do one thing, just shift this base to the other side, and that will come here at base. That will come here at base. Earlier it was to this side, so this b will be shifted. Earlier b was the base in the indices case, so here now it will get shifted to other side, and log of a will become to the base b, that will be equal to x. Now with this understanding, it is important for us to understand some rules related to log. Now log of 1 is always considered as 0. Log of 1 is always considered as 0. You must understand that, because why? I can write this log of 1 to the base b as log of 1 by log of b, and log of 1 it is considered as generally to the base 10, so that will be generally equal to 0. That will be generally equal to 0, and hence the answer will be 0. So log of 1, generally you understand, in general form log of 1 will be equal to 0. That precisely you need to understand. And if the argument and the base, they are same, then in that case the answer will clearly be 1, because this can clearly be expressed as log of b to the base log of b, and that will clearly be equal to 1. So if argument and the base has the same value, same element, same entity, then the answer will be 1. Now these two are very important properties. They are known as product rule and quotient rule. Log of x into y, of course b is the base, log of x into y is clearly expressed as log of x plus log of y. If it is the multiplication of two elements, then it will be the addition of the logarithm of those two elements. If it is division, log of x divided by y, then it will be subtraction of the two logarithm of those respective entities. It will be log x minus log y to the base b, of course. Now if it is given log of a, now base b is common everywhere, so I am not repeating it every time. If it is log of a to the base log of a raised to power x, log of a raised to power x, so this raised to power will come down here and will get multiplied with log, so it will become x into log of a, x into log of a. And if we have here log of a to the base b, then how can we express this? As I said here in the second rule, it can be clearly expressed as log of a divided by log of b. If it is log of a to the base b, it can clearly be expressed as log of a to the divided by log of b. And of course we can provide some common base. We can provide some common base to this. That is known as change of base rule. Change of base rule. Now after this, let's look into this very first example which was asked in the TISSNET exam 2022. The question asks, which of the given options is not correct? That means out of 4 options, 3 will be correct and 1 won't be. So first option, log of 6 to the base 10 is equal to log of 1 to the base 10 plus log of 2 to the base 10 plus log of 3 to the base 10. Now is it correct? We know the property that log of x into y is clearly expressed as log of x plus log of y. So with the same case here, it will be, if it is log of 1, I am not considering the base since it is common in both the sides, log of 1 plus log of 2 plus log of 3, that can clearly be expressed as log of 1 into 2 into 3, and that will naturally be log of 6. So yes, option first is correct. And they are asking which is not correct. So let's go on the second one. Log of 1 to the base 10, it is 0. Yes, just now we saw the property log of 1 to the base 10, it is clearly 0. Now log of 2 plus 3 to the base 10 is equal to log of 2 into 3 to the base 10. This seems to be doubtful, because if I consider this thing, log of 2 into 3, it will clearly be log of 2 plus log of 3, and it won't be log of 2 plus 3 as given here. So hence this is the wrong option. So the correct option to choose is option C. And if you go for the option D, log of 10 to the base 10, clearly it is 1. Now base and argument are same, so we know, we have seen just now in the previous slide that if log of a to the base, if log of b to the base b, it will always be equal to 1. So log of 10 to the base 10 will always be equal to 1. Yes, this is also correct. So all the options A, B and D are correct, only C is not correct. Hence the correct choice as the final answer will be option C. I hope it is clear to all of you. Yeah, yes, correct. Yes, now again this is the next example from logarithm. Again this is the question from TISSNET exam 2021. Now the question is asking, if log of a by b plus log of b by a is equal to log of a plus b, then which of the following statement is correct? Now they are asking us for the correct statement. In the previous case they were asking us about the statement which was incorrect. Now they are asking us about the statement which is correct. Now let's check it out. So first, considering this condition, log of a by b plus log of b by a is equal to log of a plus b. This is the given condition. Okay, so using the property of log of x plus log of y, I can clearly write this as log of we know that log of x plus log of y is equal to log of x into y. This is the property. So this will be log of a by b into b by a, that will be equal to log of a plus b. Yeah, now b1, this will get cancelled out and we are remaining with log of 1. Log of 1 is equal to log of a plus b. Log of 1 is equal to log of a plus b. What does that mean? What does that mean? If I remove log from both the sides, clearly I am getting 1 is equal to a plus b. Clearly I am getting 1 is equal to a plus b. That means clearly option B will be the correct answer here. Option B, not option C as given by many students. No, option C won't be the answer. Option C will not be the answer. Here it will be a plus b is equal to 1. A plus b will be equal to 1. Yes. Now let's move on to the next question. Yes. Now this is another example. Here we need to find the value of x if log x plus 5 plus log x minus 5 is equal to 4 into log 2 plus 2 into log 3. Okay, fine. So I can make, I need to find the value of x. So I need to solve this by making the use of the property. Okay, how can I go for this? This is log of x plus log of y. This is the property, log of x plus log of y. I know it is log of x into y. So that will be here. How can I proceed for this property? It will be log of x plus 5 into x minus 5 is equal to. Now I know another property that I can make use of here on the right hand side, that is log of a to the power x is considered as x into log of a. So if it is 4 into log of 2, I can write it as log of 2 to the base 4 plus this I can write as log of 3 raised to 2. Log of 3 raised to 2. I can do this because that is the property. Okay, now so this will become, this is a plus b into a minus b, that is a square minus b square. So this will be x square minus 5 square, that will be equal to log of 2 raised to 4 is naturally 16 plus log of 9. Okay, so this will now become log of x square minus 25, that will be equal to, this is now log of x plus log of y, so that will be log of x into y, so that will be 16 into 9, so this will become log of x square minus 25 is equal to, this will be in 54 and 9, that is 144. Yeah, it will be log of 144, log of 144, so that will be, yeah, x square minus 25 will be equal to 144, so that means x square will be equal to 169, that means x will be equal to, if you are taking square root on both sides, plus minus 13. Yes, so value of x will be plus minus 13. Option C will be the answer. Option C will be the answer. I hope this example is clear to all of you. Yeah. Now, similar type of questions will naturally come in the exam. So, you need to prepare about that, because we are following the very close pattern of the exams, of the questions that are asked in the TISSNET exam. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Now, we'll look into some progression formulas regarding arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Basically, the questions are asked on these types, and questions are very simple. The questions are either about nth term in AP, if D is the common difference and A is the first term, then nth term in arithmetic progression AP can be given by A plus n minus 1 into D. So, nth term an is given by A plus n minus 1 into D. That is the first formula you need to remember, and second formula you need to remember as the sum of n terms of an AP, with first term as A and the common difference as D. So, we have two formulas for sum of n terms in AP. The two formulas are n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into D, where n is the number of term, A is the first term and D is the common difference, and Sn is equal to n by 2 into a plus L, where L is the last term, L is the last term. So, we have two different formulas for sum of n terms of AP. It depends on whether the last term is given or the common difference is given, Depending on that, which value is given, whether common difference or the last term, you can use the respective formula to find the sum of n terms in AP. Now, this was it was about AP. Now about GP, geometric progression. The general term in geometric progression is given by clearly Tn is equal to A into r raised to n minus 1. Sometimes this Tn is also called as An. Whether you call it as Tn or An, it simply means nth term. It simply means nth term in GP. So, nth term of GP is given by A into r raised to n minus 1. A into r raised to n minus 1. And as far as sum of n terms of GP is concerned, so we have different formulas for that. Depends on the value of r, whether it is equal to 1, greater than 1 or less than 1. If the value of r is the common ratio. In the case of GP, in case of arithmetic progression, we have D as the common difference. Similarly, in case of GP, we have r as the common ratio, So, if the value of r is greater than 1, then sum of n terms will be given by this formula. If r is less than 1, then we will have to use this formula. If r is equal to 1, that the value of common ratio is equal to 1, then we will have to use this formula. Sum of n terms is equal to n into A. Yes, Priyanshi, we have just taken the questions that are clearly asked in the exam. I have taken the questions from the exam itself. Yeah. See, r is here, A into r raised to n minus 1 upon r minus 1, 1 into 1 minus r raised to n upon 1 minus r. Yes, and if the value of r goes like 1, if our value of r is equal to 1, then you can just, don't need to consider that value, simply it will be n into A. That will be the final answer. You don't need to worry about r. Yes, r is common ratio. So, but along with that, in GP, along with the sum of n terms, you also have the sum of infinite terms. And sum of infinite terms in GP is given by sum of infinity is equal to A upon 1 minus r, 1 minus r. Whereas in case of infinity, the value of r lies between minus 1 to 1, within that range. The value of r in case of infinite sum lies between the range minus 1 to 1. With this thing in mind and with this knowledge at the basic level, we can move on solving this example which was asked in the TISSNET exam 2021. Now the question was asked, if the sequence 2 4 2 4 2 4 continues as shown, then the sum of the first 19 terms will be. Now they are asking us about the question of sum of first 19 terms. So this 2 is nothing but the first term, this 4 is second term, this 2 is third term, this 4 is fourth term, and so on and so on. So if I see here 2 4 2 4 2 4, so the pairs are being repeated here. So if I consider the pair, first pair sum is 6. Now sum is 6. Every pair sum is 6. This is second pair. This is third pair. So I can get, if I need to find the sum of first 19 terms, I can find till now. If 18 terms I can put into pair, so I'll get 9 pairs. So this will be 2 4 and this will be ninth pair. And this term will be 18th term. And after this 19th term will be 2. This 2 will be 19th term. 2 will be the 19th term. So up to this point we need to find the sum. So if sum of one pair is 6, then we can clearly find sum of 9 pairs. Sum of 9 pairs will be 6 into 9, that is 54, and we need to add plus 2 to it to find the final value. So that will be the sum of first 19 terms will be equal to 54 plus 2, that will be 56. Yes, so clearly option B will be the answer here. Yes. I hope it is clear to all of you. This question was asked at the very basic level, but it was based on the concept and the understanding. But the question was very simple. Without making use of the formula, you would easily have been able to answer this question if just you keep your mind clear and go with that clarity. You can easily reach the answer. I hope this is clear to all of you. Let's move on to the next question. Yes, now this question is asking us, write the first 5 terms of the following sequence whose nth term is given by. Now we need to write the 5 terms of the sequence. First term, second term, third term, fourth term, and fifth term. So first 5 terms we need to write of the sequence whose nth term is given by the formula 2n square minus 3n plus 1. So what we need to do? Simply we need to put the value of n as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in 5 different cases we need to find the 5 terms. So that's it. So let's consider for n is equal to 1. Yes, we have an is, so that will be a, that is first term, that will be 2 into 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus 1, that will be 2 minus 3, that will be 2 plus 3 minus 3, that will be 0, Yes. Now what will be the next term? For next term, to finding the next term, we need to put n is equal to 2. That will be the second term, which I call as a2. This is 2 into 2 square minus 3 into 2 plus 1, that will be equal to 2, this is 4, 4 to the 8, 8 minus 8, this is minus 6, 8 minus 6 plus 1, that will be 9 minus 6, this will be 3. So clearly we have two options, 0, 3, 0, 3. So we need to find one more value. For n is equal to 3, a3 will be equal to what? Yes, we need to find a3. a3 will be equal to what? Let's check it out. That will be 2 into 3 square minus 3 into 3 plus 1. That will be 3, 9. This will be 3 square 9, 9 to the 18, 18 minus 9 plus 1, that will be 18 minus 8, that will be 10, 18 minus 8, that will be 10. So clearly we got 10 here would be the answer, this won't be the answer, so we can clearly go with option B as the answer. We can clearly go with option B as the answer. So I hope this is clear to all of you. Is it clear? Without going through all the things, we can clearly find here the answer without moving into each and every part, So option B, as you can see here, is the clear answer. Option B is the clear answer. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear to all? Now for the sake of your satisfaction, you can find n is equal to 4 and n is equal to 5 if you want. So that a4 will be equal to 2 into 4 square minus 3 into 4 plus 1, that will be 4 square 16, that will be 32 minus 12 plus 1, so that will be minus 11 and that will be 21. And the final thing, a5 will be equal to 2 into 5 square minus 3 into 5 plus 1, that will be 525 and this is 50, 50 minus 5 is a 15 plus 1 and that will be 50 minus 14 and that will be 36. So clearly the first term of the sequence as given here would be 0, 3, 10, 21 and 36. So that will be the answer. Option B will be the answer over here. Option B will be the answer. I hope it is clear to all. Let's move on to the next question. Yes. Now this question seems to be interesting. If the fifth term and third term of a GP is 256 and 16 respectively, find the 8th term. Now they're talking about geometric progression. So we know in geometric progression, nth term is given by a into r raised to n minus 1, where a is the first term, r is the common ratio, and n is the number of terms. So with that information in mind, fifth term can be written as a5 is equal to a into r raised to 4, But a5 is given as 256, so I can write like 256 is equal to a into r raised to 4. And similarly, if I have third term, that is a3 will be equal to a into r raised to a into r square. So but third term is given as 16, so I can write it 16 is equal to a into r square. So if I consider this as equation 1 and this as equation 2, so now I can divide both the equations. 1 divided by 2 will give me 256 divided by 16 is equal to a into r raised to 4 into a into r square. Now with that, this will be 16 ones and 16, a will get cancelled, 2r will get cancelled. I am remaining with r square is equal to 16. That will give me the value of r as 4. value of r as 4. Now I need to find the 8th term. So to find the 8th term, I know a8 will be a into r raised to n minus 1, that n minus 1, that means it will be a raised to 7. It will be clearly a raised to 7. So I need a and r. So r I have found out, so I can just easily find now r. I know a 16 is equal to a into r square. So that means 16 will be equal to a into 4 square. So that means 4 square will be 16, this will get cancelled, so a will be equal to 1. So a is 1, r is 4. I can clearly find this value, a as 1 into r is 4, and that is 4 raised to 7. 4 raised to 7. So clearly the answer will be 4 raised to 7. 4 raised to 7, that means I can just put it like 4 raised to 3, 4 raised to 4 plus 3, and that will be 4 raised to 4 plus 4 raised to into 4 raised to 4 into 4 raised to 3. This will be 16, this will be 256 into, now this is 4 cube, this will be 64, and if I try to just add this, which will just multiply this, it will simply be 6 4s are, naturally the unit place will come as 4, 6 4s are 24, and I have on only one case at unit place I have 4. So clearly without finding any other answer, the complete answer, I can clearly go with option D. So without wasting my time, I will not waste my time in all the calculations, because I know at the unit place I will clearly get 4 here, and in only option D I have unit place value as 4. So clearly I will mark option D and move ahead. That is the methodology and the trick which you need to use in the exam also, so as to save your precious time. I hope this example is clear to all of you. Now let's move ahead. Yes, we'll look into some basics of quadratic equation now, and on the basis of that we'll try to solve the examples that are asked in the exam and the expected questions related to quadratic equation. Now you know, as far as quadratic equation is concerned, the basic standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, whereas a and b are known as coefficient of x square and x respectively, and c is known as the constant. For any equation to be quadratic, the condition which is the most important one is that the value of a must not be 0, because if the value of a becomes 0, then this whole thing will become 0 and the equation will get converted into linear equation and not the quadratic equation. Hence the value of b can be 0, the value of c can be 0, but the value of a cannot be 0, because it is the value of a which will keep it as the quadratic equation or remove it from being qualified as the quadratic equation. So a, b, c belongs to real numbers, a, b, c are real numbers, but a should not be 0. That is the care we need to take here. Now after that we need to understand what do we mean by solutions, roots and zeros. If we solve this equation, so solving this equation for the value of x, and that value of x is known by different names. That value of x is known as solution or roots or zeros of that quadratic equation. Now you can clearly find the value. How can you find this the value of this equation? Let's say you can just do it like here. The basic thing you can do it, the product you need to take. Consider the product of a into c. Now here a is 1 and c is 25, so product is clearly 1 into 25, that is 25 will be the product here. Now how can I go with the shortcut method of finding the roots or the solution or the value of x? Now product I need to split into two such parts so that the sum will be minus 10. Now which are those two values? I can put x here and cross. Those two values will be minus 5 and minus 5. so that the sum will be minus 10 and the product will be minus 25, because minus 5 into minus 5, that will give you 25 as the product, but minus 5 plus minus 5 will give you minus 10. So hence your two solutions will be minus 5 minus 5, and that will give us the two factors x minus 5 and x minus 5. X minus 5 and x minus 5 is equal to 0. That means x minus 5 whole square is equal to 0, x minus 5 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to 5. So here 5 is the value of x. That means 5 is solution or root or 0 of the quadratic equation x square minus 10x plus 25 is equal to 0. 5 is the solution, root or 0 of the quadratic equation. Now every quadratic equation will have two solutions, zeros or roots, but since we are getting both the solutions as same, hence we can consider that two similar values, two same values as the single value, which is nothing but the 5. I hope the concept of solution, roots and zeros is clear to you. Yes. Now if you can't find by the formula of short trick method which we have just learned, if it is not easily factored into two parts, the product, then you can go by using the formula to find the value of x. The value of x, the formula is minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon twice a. Plus will give one value of the solution and minus will give other value of the solution. Quadratic equation will have always two solutions, so that you need to remember. So this basic formula will work when the shortcut method will not work over there, so that thing you need to keep into mind. Yeah. Now about the relationship between coefficients and roots of the equation, that relationship you need to understand over here. Yes. Now sum of the roots and product of the roots, if I consider the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, if I consider the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then sum of the roots and roots, if I consider as these a, b, c are known as the coefficients. Here a, b, c are known as the coefficients, and roots, it will have two roots, so let's call these roots as alpha and beta. Let's call the two roots of the solution of the quadratic equation as alpha and beta. So sum of the roots, yes, anybody of you, what will be the sum of the roots in terms of coefficient? Yes. And product of the roots will be given by what? Product of the roots will be given by what? In terms of coefficient, in terms of ABC. Yes students, I can expect the answer from you. Yes, we are just revising the concepts. All of you are familiar with these concepts because the exam is very near, so you are at the revision level right now. So just I want to ask you, what will be the sum of the roots in terms of coefficients? Yes, anybody of you student can answer? Can you answer this question? What will be the sum of roots in terms of ABC, and what will be the product of roots? Yes, correct. Sum of the roots. Yes, you are correct. Sum of the roots will be minus b by a, and product of the roots will be c by a. Very good. Very good. Sum of the roots will be given by minus b by a, and product of the roots will be given by c by a. Now with this knowledge in mind, you need to try for the questions which are clearly asked in exam 2021 TISSNET. Now this question is, we have picked up from the previous year question paper. Yes, yes, all are correct. Yes, very good. Now if 2 is the root of the equation, if 2 is the root of the equation, 2x square plus kx plus 4 is equal to 0, which of the following values of k gives another positive integer root? Okay, so what they are asking basically, if 2 is a root, if 2 is a root of this equation, That means if we put, that means the value of x as 2, the value of x as 2 will satisfy the equation. That is the meaning of the root, will satisfy the equation. If 2 is a root of this given quadratic equation, that means if I put the value of x as 2, that must satisfy the equation. That is the meaning of the root or the solution. So if I write the equation for x is equal to 2, then what will I get? It is 2 into 2 square plus k into 2, k into 2 plus 4 is equal to 0. So this will be 4, 8 plus 2k plus 4 is equal to 0. So that will be 2k will be equal to minus 12. So 2 ones are 2 6 are, so k will be equal to minus 6. So for the root, if one of the root of the equation is 2, then the value of k will be minus 6. Option C will be the clear answer here. Yes, students, all are correct. Very good. Yes, your preparation seems to be at good level. Great, good to know that. Let's move on to the next question now. Yeah, now here this question is also about quadratic equation only, but sometimes it is not always good to use or beneficial or in the shortcut method to use by quadratic equation only. We'll see how this question can be framed into quadratic form, and we also look into how this question can be solved easily by using certain short trick method. Now let's understand the question first. Rahul and Rohan have 25 marbles together. Okay, fine. Together they have 45 marbles together. After losing 5 marbles each, that means Rahul loses 5 and Rohan loses 5. The product of the number of remaining marbles they both have now is 124. Okay, the product is 124 after losing 5 by each of them. Now how many marbles they had to start with? Okay, that is the question basically. So first let's understand how can we frame the quadratic equation based on this, and after that we'll look into the shortcut method which we actually need to deal with. We need to understand this thing both by the conceptual level and both by the short trick method. So first we'll look how can we frame the quadratic equation from this. Now suppose Rahul have x marbles. Suppose Rahul has x marbles, then naturally Rohan will have how many marbles? Total are 45. So Rahul will have 45 minus x marbles. This is the initial condition. Initially. Now after losing 5, Rahul will have x minus 5 marbles and Rohan will have 45 minus x minus 5. That means 40 minus x. Now the product of these remaining is 124. So x minus 5 into 40 minus x, that will be equal to 124. So this is nothing but the quadratic equation. This is nothing but the quadratic equation. Solving this, you will get the value of x, and thereby you can reach the final answer. But we don't need to go by this way in the exam. There is another short trick method that is called option method. Just go by the option. They have asked how many marbles they had to start with. Consider the first example, 38 and 7. Now suppose initially they have 38 and 7 marbles. Now 5 marbles are lost by both of them. So how many remaining now? 38, this will be 33, and this will be 2. Now the remaining marbles product must be 24. Now here the product is coming as 66. So clearly this is not the answer. So hence option A will not be the answer. Now consider 8 and 37. These are the marbles with Rahul and Rohan. Now after losing 5, how many remaining here? 3, and here 32. Here 32. What is the product? What is the product of both of them? That product will be again 96. So clearly it is not 124. We need 124. So clearly option B also cannot be the answer. Now let's try the third option, 36 and 9. Losing 5, remaining, this will be 31 and this will be 4. 31 into 4, this is 12. Yes, it is clearly 124. Hence 36 and 9 will be the correct answer. Now see, yes, option C will be the correct answer here because it is satisfying our condition. Now see, with the help of options, how fast and easily we reach the final answer without getting into the complexities of solving the quadratic equation by n number of steps. So clearly this will save your crucial time in the exam. No matter, yes, we understand that the concept of quadratic equation at the basic level and the fundamental level is very important to us for understand, but sometimes it is useful to skip that basic methodology and move into the shortcut trick. I hope you understand this example by both the ways, at the basic level also how to approach and at the shortcut level also. Very good. Yes. Now let's move on to the next example. Yeah. Now this again belongs to the quadratic equation. If the sum and product of the roots px square plus 2x plus 3p is equal to 0 are equal. Yeah, what they are saying here? The sum and the product of the roots are equal, then the value of p is, they are asking for the value of p. Okay, fine. Now let's consider here that alpha and beta are the two roots of the equation. Now what they are saying? They are saying sum of the roots is equal to product of the roots. Sum of the root is equal to product of the roots. This is what they are saying. Now we know the equation is given here. Let's say the equation is p into x square plus 2 into x plus 3 into p is equal to 0. This is our quadratic equation. Now in this quadratic equation, if I try to compare this with our standard equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, what I will get the value of a as p, b as 2 and c as 3p. Fine. So these are my values. Now I know sum of the roots is given by minus b by a and product of the roots is given by c by a. So sum of the roots is minus b by a, this is equal to c by a. Now what is the value of b here? Minus b value is 2 upon a is p, that will be equal to c. The value of c is 3p upon a is p. Okay, now this p will get cancelled out and I am remaining with the value of p as minus 2 by 3. So the value of p is minus 2 by 3. Option B will be the clear answer here. Yes. Is it correct? Yeah. Is it clear to all of you? Yeah. Is it clear to all? Very good. Yes, Priyanshi, correct. Yes, Shruti. Option B is the clear answer here. Let's move ahead now. Yeah. Now it's very important for us to understand the permutation and combination, because now we are going to see few questions based on permutation and combination. We have two basic formulas, one for permutation and another for combination. The formula for permutation, what does it mean? This NR means, in permutation, you see, if there are total R objects, if there are total R objects and if there are total n objects, and out of those n objects, R objects are arranged. Out of total n objects, R objects are arranged. So that can be done in n factorial upon n minus n factorial ways. That can be done in n factorial upon n minus n factorial, n minus r factorial ways. Now what is combination? Combination, if in permutation the word arrangement is important, in combination the word selection is important. The word selection is important in combination. Now suppose if there are total n objects and out of that r objects are selected. R objects are selected out of total n objects, then in how many ways can this selection happen? So that selection can happen in n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial ways. These many number of ways that selection can happen, and in these many number of ways that arrangement can happen. If out of total n objects r are arranged, or if r are selected. So that will be the example of permutation and combination with the basic formula to know with. Now see, let's move on to understand this example. Now if you try to understand this example, what they are asking about, and try to use the formula or the concept of permutation and combination. So first step, which is very important, is to identify whether the example belongs to permutation or combination. So how will you identify the whether it belongs to permutation or combination? If the word arranged is used, that belongs to permutation, and if the word selected is used, then it will naturally belong to combination. That example is of combination type. Now let's understand the question here. In how many different ways can 3 red balls, 2 blue balls and 4 yellow balls be arranged? Okay, arranged. So this is the example of permutation, so that the balls of the same color come together. Okay, so that the balls of the same color come together. Okay, now so what is the condition given here? Balls are of same color. Balls are of same color. So we can consider here this 3 red balls as one unit. Since we need balls of same color to come together, we can consider 3 red balls as one unit, 2 blue balls we can consider as one unit, and 4 yellow balls can also be considered as one unit. So therefore we have 3 different units. Now these 3 different units can be arranged in 3 factorial ways. 3 different units can be arranged in 3 factorial ways. Now within these 3 different units we have 3 red, 2 blue and 4 yellow balls. So within these units, these red balls can be arranged within themselves in 3 factorial ways. This and 2 balls can be arranged in 2 blue balls can be arranged in 2 factorial ways, and 4 yellow balls can be arranged within themselves in 4 factorial ways. So for and we use the symbol multiplication. So these many number of ways. So these many number of ways and 3 factorial ways. So total number of ways will be clearly 3 factorial into this remaining one, 3 factorial into 2 factorial into 4 factorial. So these many ways will be the possible number of ways total. So that will be 3 factorial, 3 2s are 6, 3 2s are 6 into 2. This will be 4 into 3 into 2, 6 4s are, that will be 24. So if I clearly, this is 6 are 36, 36 to 72, 72 into 24. This will be 70 to 24, that will be 4 to the 8, this will be 7 for the 28, and this will be 2 and this carry, this will be 7 to the 14 and 13, 14, 17, yes, 1728. Total ways will be 1728. Option C will be the clear answer here. Option C will be the clear answer. This was the example of permutation. I hope this example is clear to all of you. Yes, let's move ahead now. Okay, now in how many ways a committee consisting of 4 men and 2 women can be chosen from 6 men and 5 women? Okay, now chosen means selected, hence this is the example of combination. Okay, so they are asking us to form the committee. Now committee consists of 4 men and 2 women. Now 4 men has to be selected from out of 6 men, and 2 women have to be selected out of 5 women. So that becomes the case of, now in how many ways 4 men can be selected out of 6? That can be done in 6C4 ways. And in how many ways 2 women can be selected out of 5? That can be done in 5C2 ways. And will be represented by multiplication. So these will be the total number of ways in which the committee can be formed. So how can we write it like? Since it is 4 here, so we can write it up to 4 factors multiplication, 6 into 5 into 4 into 3, and that can be written as 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Yes, and it will be into 5. Since it is 2 here, so only 2 product. After 5 into 4, that's it, and that will be 2 into 1. Yes, so this will be 4 3 4 3 2 3. This will be 15 into, this will be 2 10. Yes, so total will have 150 ways. Total ways will be 150 such ways of selecting a committee that consists of 4 men out of 6 and 2 women out of total 5. Yes, 150 will be the correct answer here. So the previous question was from permutation and this question is from combination. I hope the things are clear to all of you and you have understood the difference between the two. Okay, now let's try to understand the concept of probability, because since 2 years, if you observe the last 2 years questions, the questions of probability are very frequently asked. Hence it is expected that in the forthcoming exam also they will ask the questions based on probability. That is for sure. So you must prepare this topic very thoroughly. The questions are very easy. It is useful for us to understand probability at the conceptual and the fundamental level and solve the examples based on that. We will consider certain examples on probability from the previous year question papers, and certain new questions will consider for your practice, so that you could get a proper flair or the idea or the taste of what are the types of questions that are being asked in the exam and will be asked in the forthcoming exam from the topic probability. Great. Now let's see, the basic formula for probability will go like: probability, if A is the required event, or outcome, or you can say favorable event or outcome. So probability of event A occurring will be given by the number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes, So this basic formula you must remember: total number of favorable outcomes, that means required outcomes we can say, and the total number of outcomes possible, that are possible. So possible outcomes and favorable outcomes, probability is nothing but the ratio of 2. The ratio of probability is nothing but the ratio of the required favorable outcomes divided by the total possible outcomes. Now let's understand this better with the help of example. Now see here, this is the example from probability. In a box there are 8 yellow and 4 black balls. Okay, in a box there are 8 yellow and 4 black balls. Fine. If 3 balls are drawn at random, okay, 3 balls are drawn, 3 balls are drawn, okay, this is the event. What is the event? The event is that 3 balls are drawn. Okay, fine. Then what is the probability that 2 are yellow and 1 is black? What is this? This is the required outcome. This is the required outcome or desired outcome. Okay, so how many such outcomes will be there? How many such outcomes will be there? Fine. So first we need to see, if A is the event, if the event is A, then how many number of required events? The probability of A will be given by, probability of A will be given by number of event A occurring, number of event A occurring divided by total number of outcomes, that can be given by n of s, where n of s is the total outcomes, n of s is total outcomes and A is the required outcomes, required outcomes. So that will be the formula of probability. Probability of event A occurring will be given by total number of A outcomes divided by the total number of possible outcomes. So now what will be the total number of outcomes? N of A. N of A will be, or before that just check into what are the total possibilities first, look into that. That is N of S, the total possibilities. We have to select 3 balls, we have to select 3 balls out of total how many balls? Total are 8 plus 4, 12 balls. So we need to select 3 balls out of 12 balls. So that means this will be nothing but 12 C3. This will be nothing but 12 C3. That will be N of S. Now what will be N of A? N of A, we need to select 2 yellow and 1 black. 2 yellow and 1 black. So 2 yellow is selected from 8 yellow and 1 black is selected from 4 black. So that can be done in 8C2 ways, and means multiplication, and 1 ball can be selected from 4, that can be done in 4C1 ways. So that will be the value of N of A, and this is N of S. So therefore the required probability will be N of S by N of A by N of S, that will be 8C2 into 4C1 divided by 12C3. That will be equal to, this is 8 into 7 divided by 2 into 1 into 4C1 will be 4 divided by 12C3. So multiplied 3 times in the decreasing order, 11 into 10, and this will be 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so now this will be 2 1s are and 2 4s are. Okay, so this will be 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12. Fine. So that will be 4 into 7, 4 4s are 16 into 7 divided by, this will be 11 into 20, 11 into 20. So again this can be divided, 4 4s are and 4 5s are. So that will be 28 divided by 55. So that will be the probability, 28 divided by 55, option B. That much will be the probability that the 2 balls are yellow and 1 is black. So I hope this example is clear. Now let's understand the next example. Now see, this example was asked in TISSNET exam 2022, just in the previous year question paper. This example was asked. Yes Raj, it will clearly be available, don't worry about that. Yes, so in a class of 45 students, 25 are girls. Okay, so total students are 45, out of that 25 are girls. In a test, 30 students scored above 90% marks and 18 of them are girl students. Fine. a student is selected at random. Okay, so one student is selected. Fine. One student is selected. Okay. The probability of selecting a girl scoring above 90% marks is fine. So again, probability of event A occurring. What is event A? That girl scoring above 90% mark, that is event A. The probability of event A occurring is number of required outcomes divided by number of total possible outcomes. Okay, so how many are the possible outcomes? Let's decide that first. Possible outcomes is one student is being selected out of 45. One student is being selected out of 45. Yes. So that means total possible outcomes will be 45. This can be done in 45 ways. This can be done in 45 ways. And what will be the desired outcomes? Desired outcomes, that is the girls scoring above 90%. Above 90%, how many girls are there? 18. 18 girls are scoring above 90%. So n of A will be 18. So clearly the required probability will be 18 by 45. 18 by 45. So option 1 will be the clear answer here. This example is the best example of the question which seems to be difficult, but if we approach by the particular methodology in a clear manner, then the question's answer is very easy, very easy. You can see, just you need to clear at the conceptual level, that's it. You don't need to get confused by the number of figures given in the question. You need to just clear them out and reach the final answer by picking up the appropriate figures required, that is beneficial for our final answer. Rest all needs to be just taken away from our mind. So if we put a proper focus on this question, then without getting confused we can clearly reach the answer. I hope this example is clear to all. Let's move on to the next one now. Yeah. Now again, this question is from the previous year exam, TISSNET 2022. What they are asking here? Let's understand the question first. In a charity show, tickets numbered consecutively from 101 through 350 are placed in a box. Okay, so ticket number starts from 101 and they are up to 350. Fine. What is the probability that a ticket selected randomly, okay, one ticket is selected randomly, will have a number with 100 digit as 2. 100 digit as 2. Okay, fine. So this is the event A. Number should have 100 digit as 2. This is event A. Okay, fine. So how many such numbers are possible? How many such numbers are possible? That we need to see. But first, before that, we need to see if one ticket is selected, that ticket is selected from how many total tickets? How many total tickets are there? That we need to take understand first. For that, let's see. 101 is the first ticket, second ticket will be 102, third ticket will be 103, and so on, up to last ticket being 350, last ticket number being 350. Now if you see this, it is clearly the example of arithmetic progression, in which 101 is nothing but the value of A, and common difference is nothing but 1, and this value is nothing but the last value. This value is nothing but the last value, that is A of n. Okay, so if I take the formula, we need to find total number of tickets. I need to find. So that means I need to find n. That I can find from here. An is equal to A into A, so A plus n minus 1 into D. That is the formula. Now An is given as 350, is equal to A is 101 plus n minus 1 into D is 1. So that will be n minus 1 will be, this will be 249. This will be 249. So n will be naturally 250. So total we have 250 tickets. Total we have 250 tickets. So that 250 is nothing but n of s. N of s is 250. N of s is 250. Now, what is the value of n of a? That means how many the required events are there. So 100th place, 100th digit must come as 2. That will happen in case of the following tickets numbered from 200 to 299. Now from 200 to 299, this 100th place is numbered 2. 100th place is numbered as 2. So from 200 to 229, total number of tickets will be 100. If you count it, total number of tickets will be 100. So we have 100 tickets as the value of NA. So therefore the required probability will be 100 divided by 250. 100 divided by 250. That is, option A will be the answer here. Option A will be the clear answer here. I hope it is clear to all of you. Yes. Those who have given the answer, they are correct. Yes, very good. That means your preparation level is at the moderate level. Yes, you're going great. Yes, Tanya, Shruti, Muskan, great. Let's move on to the next example now. Okay, now you see, this is a very important example, and see how they have twisted the example. The example is of probability only. This example was asked in TISSNET exam 2021. But see how they have twisted and how we need to make the use of probability and reach the final answer here. Let's try to understand the question first. Here they are asking two fair dices, okay, fair dices with faces numbered 1 to 6 are thrown and their points are added. Okay, so two dices are thrown and their points are added. Okay, fine. The thrower is given rupees 60 for a score of 12. 12 means addition of 2, and has to pay rupees 2. He has to pay rupees 2 if the score is less than 12. That means this score means they are talking about again the addition of 2. So if the score is less than 12, then the thrower has to pay rupees 2, and if the score is 12, then the thrower will get rupees 40. Now what is his expectation about gain or loss per throw? Expectation about gain or loss per throw. They are asking about expectation, that means they are asking about probability. Or in terms of probability, they are asking whether the thrower, expectation means what the thrower is thinking, whether he will get gain or he will suffer loss. What the thrower is thinking, that is the question which is asking about. So we need to deal this question in terms of probability, because expectations means we need to focus on probability, and through probability we need to predict the gain or loss. Now let's understand the question. Two fair dices are thrown, and if we need the score of 12, that means what is the probability of getting 12? What is the probability of getting 12 score? This is possible only if the first dice number is 6 and the second dice number is also 6. There is no other possibility. Only one combination is there. That means first dice number must be 6 and second dice number must also be 6. That means probability of getting 12 For the first dice getting 6, the probability is 1 by 6, because total we have 6 numbers, 6 faces, and probability of getting 6 on one face is 1 by 6. And for the second dice, the probability to get 6 on one face is again 6, 1 by 6. So for both the dices, probability to get 6 on their faces is 1 by 6. So 1 by 6 into 1 by 6. So probability of getting a score of 12 is 1 by 36. Probability of getting a score of 12 is 1 by 36. Now let's check whether the thrower is getting gain or loss per throw. For this we need to compare the probability with the amount that is being gained or loss. Now suppose per throw if he gains rupees 40, now we are talking about the expectation. If he gains rupees 40, now when will he gain rupees 40? Now the chances to gain rupees 40 are 1 by 36. Now if the score is less than 12, then score is less than 12, that means again 2 rupees will be reduced. So that means we need to subtract this from 36. So that will be, why minus 2? Because 2 rupees will be taken away from him. So per throw, either he will get this much gain or he will get this much loss per throw, because the chances are 1 by 36. So that's why what will be the answer here? That will be 40 by 36 minus, that will be 2 by 36. This will be 1 minus 1 by 36. Just a minute. 1 minus 1 by 36. Yeah, that will be 36 minus 1, 35 by 36. Yeah. Yes. This will be 40 by 36. We need to do one correction over here. Now probability of getting 12 is 1 by 36, and probability of not getting 12, less than 12 means not 12, If the probability of getting 12 is 1 by 36, probability of not getting 12 will be 1 minus 1 by 36. Probability of not getting 12 will be 1 minus 1 by 36. In that case, in that event, what will happen? He will lose 2 rupees. That means minus 2 into. This is probability of scoring 12. And this is the probability of not scoring 12. In which case he will lose 2 rupees. So whether he will suffer gain or loss, that will be 35 minus 36 into 2, that will be 70. So 40 by 36 minus 70 by 36. This will be 2 into 70 by 36. So that will be minus 30 by 36. That will be 6 5s and 6 6. So that will be minus 5 by 6. If it is minus 5 by 6, that means he must suffer loss of rupees 5 by 6. Loss of rupees 5 by 6. So clearly option D will be the answer here. Yes, Ayan. Yes, option D will be the clear answer here. Now this problem was little bit twisted, but you need to understand this at the conceptual level. I hope it is clear now. Is it clear to all? Yes. Okay, now let's move on to the next example. Yes. Now this example, you see, 4 different clocks beep after every 25 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour 40 minutes and 2 hour 5 minutes. If all clocks beep together at 5 AM, then when will they beep together? Okay. Now this example clearly belongs to LCM. because on the basis of LCM and HCF also some questions are clearly asked. So you need to be clear with that concept also and try some examples based on that. So hence we have taken this example here. Now they are talking about 4 different clocks. So this is first clock, this is second, so this is third, and this is fourth. So they beep after every 25 minutes. This second beep after every 50 minutes. Third clock beep after 1 hour 40. 1 hour 40 means 60 plus 40. That means after every 100 minutes. And the fourth clock beep after every 2 hour 50 minutes or 5 minutes. 2 hour means 120 minutes plus 5, that is 125 after every 125 minutes. Okay, so this is the frequency of their beeping. So second time beep will happen at 50, third at 75, fourth at 100, and so on. This will repeat after 100 minutes, then after 150, then 200, and so on. This will happen first 100, after 200, then 300, then 400, and so on. This will take place after 250, then 375, then 400, and so on and so on. So with this thing in mind, that means clearly we need to check for some common multiple. When will they next beep together? So somewhere when they will beep together, somewhere here, that must be the common multiple, and that common multiple must be least. Hence you need to find the LCM. Hence you need to find the LCM of these values 25, 50, 100 and 125. Yes. So if I try to find LCM of these values, 25 can be written as 5 raised to 2, 50 can be written as 2 raised to 1 into 5 raised to 2, 100 can be written as 4 into 25, that's 2 raised to 2 into 5 raised to 2, and this 125 is clearly by nothing but 5 cube, 5 raised to 3. Now LCM is given by putting all the factors. We have 2 and 5 at the base, and since it is LCM, so we need to consider the highest factor. Highest factor of 2 is 4, 2 is 2, highest power of 2 is 2, and highest power of 5 is 3. Okay, so that LCM will be 4 into 125, so that will be 400 and 100, so that will be 500. So next beep will happen together after 500 minutes. After 500 minutes. So 500 minutes means, that means this, if I try to divide it by 60, this is 6 8s are 48. That means 6 8s are 48. That means 8 hours and 20 minutes. 8 hours and 20 minutes. So if it is 5 a.m. here, after 8 hours 20 minutes, so after 8 hours it will be how much? 5, then 7, and then it will be 1. This will be 1 p.m. and then 20, that will be 120. That will be 120 p.m. Yes. So they will next beep together at 120 p.m. They will next beep together at 120 p.m. So that will be the clear answer. Yes. Is it clear to all? Is it clear? Yes. I hope this example is clear to all of you. Fine. Now, this was the example that was based on LCM. Yeah. Now let's understand this example, which is nothing but the based on HCF. This example is clearly based on HCF if you look. Now just try to understand the type of the example. A merchant has 120 liters and 80 liters of two different kinds of oil. Okay, one kind of oil is of 120 liters and other kind of oil is of 180 liters. Now he wants to sell the oil by filling two kinds of oil in tins of equal volumes. What is the greatest capacity of such a tin in liters? Okay, so he wants to sell this oil in a tin of equal volumes. Okay, so if I consider the capacity of that tin, what is the capacity of tin? This he can sell in equal volumes. That capacity can be 10 10, The capacity can be 10 liters tin can work out in equal volumes, then 20 liters tin also can work out in both the cases. So we need to find the greatest capacity. That means here what we need to do, we need to find common factor, and greatest capacity, that means common factor must be highest, So we need to find HCF of 120 and 180. Clearly if you factorize this 120, this will be 2 into 60 and 180 will be 3 into 60. So naturally the highest common factor will be 60. So the greatest capacity of the tin with so that both the oils can be taken in equal volumes, so that greatest capacity for such a tin will be 60 liter. So clearly here option D will be the answer. Option D will be the clear answer over here. So I hope with these examples the various concepts regarding the various topics are crystal clear to you, and you have been practicing all these times and are within few days you are going to appear for the exam. So this session will naturally, I hope, will prove helpful to all of you and will naturally help in enhancing your score as far as this today's session is concerned. So that's all for today. With this we have reached to the end of today's session. So naturally you would have enjoyed this session, I hope, and this will be naturally going to enhance your score. So I would like to wish you all the best for the forthcoming TISSNET exam. So go great for the exam, be cool, never take tension, just get relaxed, chill, everything will happen in the best possible manner. Have faith in yourself, have confidence in yourself, you have done your best, and leave the rest to the ultimate. So you will definitely perform best. All the best to all of you. Thank you so much for joining the session. Have a nice time. Good luck.